Year 5s. It is Friday. We've already come to the end of a week, very nearly. And it's time to have a look at our maths. So, without further ado, let's have a look. So the first couple of questions, quick fire ones that we'd have found in those boxes. Explain the properties of a polygon. Well, they have straight sides and they have closed sides. So there's no gaps, there's no curves. How many millilitres in a litre? 1,000 millilitres in a litre, should be fact. What's the inverse of division? Multiplication. Here's an example, 21 divided by 3 is 7. And then, but 7 times 3 equals 21. 29 as a Roman numeral. So, let's look at the 21st. How do you make 20? 2 tens. How do you make a 9? 1 before 10. What's this one here? So 50, 60, 70, 80. 1 before 5, 84. 834. Well, 800 is going to be, well, what's the closest one you can make? 500 is the biggest one you can make, isn't it? Which is D. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not a good start to the day. 30. I'm going to run out of room here. 1, 2, 3. And then 4. 1 before 5. 7 and 7/7. Try to catch you out here. Hopefully you've spotted that that's another whole thing. So we can just write 8. And you can do that with any, yes, you could have done 7 times 7 is 49 and another 7, but, it's 8. 20 thirds. Needed to convert that to a mixed fraction, so we know we need our thirds on the bottom. How many 3's in 20? Well, 3 times 7 is 21, so it's going to be 6 with 1 short, isn't it? So 6 and 2 extras. 1 more would have ticked it over to 7. And in this one here, give a mixed and improper fraction. Just started to change the denominator, referring back to the last fractions work that we did. So, if you remember, you need to do the top, same to the top and same to the bottom. You've got to try and make sure that the fractions have the same denominator. Now actually you can do two things here. You can either double this one, or you can halve this one, because these are both even. So I'm actually going to halve these ones. I'm going to divide these by 2. So I'm going to make this one 4 thirds. I'm going to make that 4 thirds. Makes that a lot easier. So 12 and 4, 16. And then as a mixed fraction, we're still in our thirds. How many 3's in 16? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Right, so we've got 5 and 1 extra. Oops, whoops, oh dear. Sorry, there you go. Didn't realise that wasn't on the camera then. There we go. Right, on to today's tasks. So we started the week with volume, calculating volume. Then we had a quick look at capacity yesterday. So we've just got some word of capacity questions here. Now they're not too tricky, because we are just having a quick glance at it. If we were in class, we probably would step this up a little bit further. But this is just a how are we with our capacity, and really checking our conversions between millilitres and litres and centilitres on the next page as well. I'll keep an eye on the time of the video. I don't want to make it too long. And really, we shouldn't need to go through all of these, but I will take you through them. So, as many as I can. So the first of all, apologies. It doesn't look like it's either the document's not right or it's not uploaded it right. Some of the questions don't have an ending, but you can see what you need to find in here. So apologies for that. So I will read through them. Sarah drinks 2.5 litres a day. How much does she drink in a week? Well, how many days are there in a week? What is a week? It's 7. So the first thing we need to do here is 2.5 times 7. Now remember, when there's a decimal, let's ignore the decimal. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 2 is 14. 15, 16, 17. We've got one number after the decimal here. So one number after the decimal in the answer. So in a week, she drinks 17.5 litres. Now in a month, now I don't like ones that say a month, because some months have 30, some months have 31. Let's go with 31 as it's the higher one. So you can do two things here. You can either do 17.5 times 4, because there are 4 weeks in a month, although sometimes it tips a little bit further over, or you can do 2.5 times 31. So it's your call with this. If you do times 4, you don't have to do any zero the hero. So I'm going to go for that one. 5 times 4, 20. 7 times 4, 7, 14, 20, 28, 30. 1 times 4 is 4. Add 3, 7. Decimal point after one of the numbers here. So in a month, it's 70 litres. There you go. Next one. Jenny needs to take 5 millilitres of medicine 3 times a day. It's normally one of those little medicine spoons there that's 5 millilitres. How much does she take in one day? Well, that's very simple. Well, 5 millilitres 3 times a day. Well, that's 5 times 3. That's 15. That one's lovely. So in one day, that's 15 millilitres. Sorry, I'm just writing it down so I don't forget. What about in 1 week? So once you've worked out that 15 is one day, you can multiply that by 7. 35 and 7, 8, 9, 10, 105. So in a week, she has 105 millilitres of medicine. Now you should be looking at these going, Mr. Cooper, these aren't really year 5 questions, are they? No, they're not. I mean, we're easing you in here, okay? We will build up. We're building up to them, especially the centilitres one. This is just really, how quick are you going to these solutions? Okay, can you pick out the information and work out what you need to do? All right. So, because if you can go to these straight away and the pace of these calculations are fast, that's where you need to be. It's not always about the difficulty of the question. Right, number 3 is where I can start getting annoyed with this document. So if one bucket holds 7.5 litres, how many? Well, it says 9 buckets over here. So we know we need 9 buckets. So 7.5 times 9. You could do 2 things here. You can either do 7.5 times 10, which is 75, and take away 7.5, or we can just very quickly do 7.5 times 9. 5 times 9 is 45. Oops. 7 times 9 is 63. Add 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a decimal here. So 9 buckets equals 67.5 litres. Number 4. If a cup holds 250 millilitres, how many cups would it take to fill a 5 litre bottle? Ooh. So first of all, you need to think, well, how many make 1 litre? Always work with 1. So how many make 1 litre? Well, to be fair, that's probably a number fact, isn't it? We know 25 is a quarter of 100. So a quarter of a whole. So we know there's 4 is going to make a litre here. So actually, this question, once you've spotted that, which I have to say in year 5, you should spot 250. Oh, that's how many. I know how many's in a litre straight away. There's 4 in there. 250, 500, 750, 1,000. So really, the question is 5 times. Really, the question is 5 times 4. I mean, really? 5 times 4? Wow. Well, that's going to be 20, isn't it? Okay. So, 20 cups. Sometimes, the actual calculation is very simple. You've got to work out how you get there. Number 5. At a party, Sam drinks 200 millilitres of lemonade, 0.5 litres of cola, and 300 millilitres of orange. Again, the question's been chopped off. Sam drank how much? So, this one is just making sure you know what 0.5 is. So, a little link back to what we did the other week. So, he's got 300, 200, and 0.5. Obviously, you need to convert, just like when you do area and you've got centimetres and metres. You've got 2 millilitres, you may as well put the 0.5 into millilitres as well. Now remember, 0.5 is half. Now if you know 1 litre is 1,000, half is going to be 500. Another way you could have done that, 0.5, if there are 1,000 millilitres in a litre, we need to do something with 1,000, don't we? Now we're either going to go that way and make it 0.0005, or we're going to go this way and make it 500. So there we go. And then you add it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you add a litre. Or 1,000 millilitres. There you go. And then number 6, I'll just do over here. Number 6, Jessie started with 1.5 litres orange juice and her friend drank 700. How much does she have left? Well, you should. This is just testing if you know what 1.5 is. So 1.5 is 1,500, and then she's had 700 taken off her. Now, what you can do here, if we get rid of these, we've got 15 take away 7, haven't we? I mean, wow. So take away 5 is 10, 6, so we're on 8, okay? If we then put those zeros back on, should have 800 millilitres left. None of those year 5s should have caught you out in the slightest, okay? And I mean that one. Those questions are well within everybody's capability. The challenges here I quite like. Just checking our centilitres again. So you need to tick the greater volume. So, don't forget, centi is 100. So, there are 100 centilitres in a litre. So this is 0.6 litres, which is 600 millilitres. Or 66 centilitres, which is going to be 660. So that one's greater. I do get caught out with centilitres because I have to say we don't actually use it that often. Which one's the smaller one here? It's going to be the 45 millilitres. And then this one here, we're sorting out the order of these. As you look at it, obviously 7 litres is going to be the biggest one. And 7 centilitres, it's going to be the smallest one, because that's 70. Then 77. That's 7/10 of a litre, which is going to be 700. And then 770. Yeah, cool. There we go. And then the last one there, I'll let you have a look at that one as well, because I just realised how long this video is. Well done with that this week. Even if, you know, the centilitres caught you out, I will be completely honest, centilitres catches me out. We do not use centilitres enough in life. We don't refer to, we go straight to millilitres. At the very least this week, did you know your volume? Yes. And actually, these questions today should not have been hard for you. Okay? So, well done with that today, and I'll see you next week.